Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's making a great night. Expect the best. Believe something good is going to happen, and it usually will. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 41, NASDAQ up 12, S&P's down 1.5, gold contract up $3.60, trading at $1,247 an ounce. Silver up 2 cents at $15.87 an ounce. Platinum up 11 bucks at $9.93 an ounce. Copper flat at $2.29 a pound. Light sweet crude flat, $41.46 a barrel. Bonds, the 10-year note down 8 ticks, 128.24. 30-year bond up 4 ticks, 161.27. They both failed on price and volume. Once again, they both want dramatically lower price. The 10-year is an ABC structure on the way down with a 126 price projection. That's quite a way down for the 10-year, by the way. King dollar up 286 ticks, 95.59. That baby went topside with light volume. That is building cause to get into the lower swing point of August 24th, which is the 92.50 area. Euro up down 17 at 112, and the yen is trading at 112.28. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Bottom line, folks, is that this is a market. It's been a one-way move, no doubt. In fact, you know, if we go back to December 29th, December 29th, the SPY's trading at 207. Straight line move down. So December 29th, 207. January 20th, 181. Monster move down. I mean, that's a good-sized move, right? Talking 27 points. We bounce around a little. We test that low on February 11th. Bottom line, February 11th, 181. The first bottom out there was 181 also. So 181, guess what? Your straight line move all the way up. And what I expect you're going to see, this baby is trying to finish off an ABC structure up to that 211 price point. Now, that being said, what you have is that you are coming up into all these areas of dramatically lighter volume. Just to give you an idea of how much lighter volume. When we came down with 211 million shares. You came down with 251 million shares. You came down with 213. You came down with 209. You came down with 323. Now watch this. That was all in the millions, folks. As we're going up, 129 million, 156 million, 129 million, 134 million, today 90 million. That is a definition of we're going to go test those highs once again, and we're going to basically try to bust them. First, we're trying to bust them up. I suspect you're going to fail on the bust up, and then what you're going to do, it's going to come right back down the other side and try to bust out the lows. We've been in the same spot. This is what's absolutely amazing too, folks. We have been in this spot since April of 2014. That's how this, so it's going on April of, what, that's 2 weeks? That'll be a full 2 years. That being said, each and every time you can't take out a high, we've come down, we've hit the bottoms. Now what has happened, and this is, the bulls will like this, what has happened is that the last time that we did come down on January 22nd, when we tested that low of this bounce, we tested that low at dramatically lighter volume. On a weekly basis, we tested it with 864 million versus 1.6 billion. So when you test something like that, that's why we have such a bounce going right now. So how we come back down the next time into those levels is going to be crucial to understand. Are you going to break those levels, or in fact, are we going to continue to bounce? My larger range forecast here is that, number one, you're going to break them. Number two, you're going to come down into this like 1,300, 1,250 S&P. It's pretty intense, actually. And why? Because the amount of distribution that we've had at highs has been dramatic. When the first high that was established out here was October of 2014. When you stay at highs for this longer period, that's all moving out of equities. As you move out of equities, as soon as all these large funds and operators are out of equities, each and every time that you come down, there's no buyers sustaining or holding up the marketplace. So we're at a pretty wild point here. That being said, guess what? That S&P wants to get into higher price, and I expect that we're going to have higher price before we have lower price. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold contract out here today held up, held on price, held on volume, then 177,000 contracts. You're up $3. Not that that's nothing, okay? But the bottom line is that we'll not back off these highs. You know, the first spike high that we had up there, which was on February 11th, that's when gold went from 1196 to 1263. Bottom line, it's basically been hanging up there each and every time that it goes into its swing points high. It has volume. Each and every time it's coming off of those, the volume contracts, and it contracts pretty dramatically and quickly. Silver. Silver today did 44,000 contracts, almost 45,000. That's a good number. Backed off its high also. $16 was the high out here today. It's at $15.87, but silver also is building cause to try to get up and over the last swing points that were established out here, which is the $16 level. Now, the difference with silver is this. Silver, see, normally you just look at the last swing points going to the left-hand side in the chart, and that's $16.24. The way silver has acted, though, is that I suspect it's a large ABC structure on the way up, because you're not only just hanging under the swing points that were established in February, you're hanging under the swing points that were established in October of 2015. And what that sets up a run up to the 1720 area, which is pretty amazing. What's also confirming is that the S&Ps want to go higher, is that if we go over to the bond market has not been able to hold higher price. We had the 10-year note break a swing low. The first break on the swing low for the current confirmed ABC structure down was on March 10th. You came down with 1.6 million contracts. That price projection is 126, or 128.23. Then what does the 10-year do? And the 30-year. Gets back inside the higher range, makes it a complex ABC up. So it goes up with 1.2 million contracts. It tests that area with 700,000, and then guess what? It's going down today with 1 million. It's back in the lower range. 126 is coming at us. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Dow Industrials closed down 41. NASDAQ up 12. S&Ps were flat. We're going to be right back.